second. Let's go ahead and bring him in here, and he can tell us about it. Jason Mewes, welcome back to Overnight America. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you back, and I know that you are headed, and we should say for our flagship audience listening in on KMOX in St. Louis, you're going to be back in town. You and Kevin are going to be taking the stage at the pageant on the 18th of May. What are you up to?
We're going to be screening Jay and Silent Bob's Groovy Cartoon Movie. It's about a 70-minute long feature cartoon movie that I produced and Kevin wrote the script for and did voiceover. I did the voice for Jay, of course, and afterwards we're going to do an hour Q&A/podcast. Then to end up the night, we're going to be doing a game. We play a game called Let Us F, and we bring some audience members up and we play some games. I can't really talk on here about it, but it'll be fun, man. And we're going to do a little meet and greet at some places for a small amount of people. You know, we only have a limited time before we have to get to the next city and stuff, but it's going to be a blast, man. I'm really psyched because, we get to sit and watch the cartoon with a live audience, see how they react to the cartoon and the content, and then we get to play around with them and do a Q&A and a little games and a little this and that.
That's great, and I know the animated characters, I mean, this has been done before. You guys did the Clerks cartoons and all of that, so talk about putting the movie together and focusing on just your characters.
This time it was a lot different because this time it was all, Kevin and I did it all ourselves. Technically, me and my wife started it. Kevin wrote a script a couple of years ago, and I told him, hey, man, I really want to try something different. I want to produce and direct. I said, but I just don't even know how to start to do some kind of process. So he said, here's the script. Why don't you go produce it, try to see what you can do with it. So for the first couple of months, my wife and I got together, and we, out of our own money, for the first couple of months, we found an animator that we could afford. The animation we liked, to put its own style to it. It's not Pixar. It's not a Disney animated movie that costs, $1 million for 20 minutes of animation, but it'll get the story across, and that's the main thing. And so, that was a lot different. It was also me figuring out, with Kevin, all right, what do we want to do with this when we're done? Do we want to put it on iTunes? Do we want to put it on our YouTube channel? What should we do with it? And then also getting, I had to get all the voiceover stuff put together. I had to, all right, who are we going to get for this character? Who are we going to get for this? Where are we going to have them record their voiceover, schedule times and dates and all that? So it definitely was, it was a definitely different process for me because Clerks, it was a big studio, a lot of money. We had they scheduled times. I'd go in, I'd do my voiceover for my character, and boom, I was done. This it was from scratch, finding an animator, finding the characters to do the voiceovers. After finding them, asking them if they're willing to do it, and do a lot of favors. It was really cool. We got a lot of people who were really into the project and, did it for mere peanuts. And that was really helpful because we couldn't have did it without all the generosity and favors and, people just wanting to be part of the project.
No doubt about it. The writer and actor Jason Mewes is with us in the new cartoon movie. Jay and Silent Bob's cartoon movie is on its way out. And are you guys going to do a number of these appearances across the country, or is it a fairly limited number?
Well, right now we have 18 dates, I believe, set in stone right now. They're on sale at stlouiscbslocal213 movie. You can see the trailer at youtube.com/SESMOD, SEESMOD. But it's going to be, right now we have 18 cities, and if all goes as planned, we plan on definitely taking it to the cities that, that we can figure out is the next leg of the tour, where we can go, what venues, and then after we do some more in the U.S., we want to move over to Canada, and then maybe go to Australia, Europe. I mean, we definitely plan on touring it as long as we can.
And we're going to put links up on our Facebook page to all of this, so if you missed any of it, then you can just go to facebook.com/OA Radio Show, and you'll see all of the ways that you can get in touch and find out where the movie's going to be and when Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes are going to be near you. Jason Mewes is with us here on the broadcast, and you mentioned guest stars. Did I see John Lovitz's name attached to this?
That's true. John Lovitz does a character voiceover, Eliza Dushku, Ralph Garman, Ben Glee, Tara Strong. Tara Strong has done tons and tons of voiceover stuff. Eliza, who's awesome, and she plays one of the main villain characters, and she brought so much to that character. It made it even better than what was written down. Neil Gaiman. We've got some really, really awesome, cool people who chipped in and did a voiceover for us.
It's Jay and Silent Bob's super groovy cartoon movie, and again, it's on its way out and around the country. 18 different cities so far, but maybe more will be announced in the next little bit. And I just wonder, when you're going in and you're doing the voiceover, your character on screen, so famous for using your body movements and body language to get across what Jay is up to. So when you're in the studio and you're doing the voice for the cartoon, do you move around a lot, or do you just stand there behind the podium?
I try not to move too much because it definitely interferes with the sound. But yeah, I definitely can't help myself but move around and everything. So, when I'm recording, I try to stand as still as possible, but it doesn't necessarily pan out that way. But it's definitely fun, man. I go there, you get to record in your PJs. You don't have to make up, and I've been able to do a good portion of it at my I have a sound studio at my house, so I've done some of this stuff and I'm going to work on it at my house, and it's just been a blast, man. We have an awesome people again who chipped in and did the score and the trailer and the set. There's some songs from MC Chris. I'm really excited.
I want to mention a couple of the cities where you're going to be, because a lot of our Overnight America audiences are nearby. Starting in Atlanta on the 20th of April, Washington, D.C. on the 21st, Boston, Mass. on the 24th. That's at the House of Blues in Boston. That should be a great show. And we mentioned the 18th of May at the Pageant in St. Louis. The tickets for that one are on sale now at thepageant.com. Kansas City the day before at the Midland, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington on May 9th and 15th, respectively. And Los Angeles, of course, at the Wiltern on May the 5th. So if you're listening in on KFWB in LA, you want to make sure that you get to the show in Los Angeles. So talk about some of the things that have happened when the two of you have been on stage in front of a live audience before, because I know you've done a number of these tours, including Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, which you and I talked about last time. What's it like to be out there with him?
We've been friends now 25 years, and I just always have a good time. I mean, we're very close. Our wives are close, and and then we have, his assistant, our tour manager are married, so they're always with us. I mean, it's like one big happy family, and we just have a blast because, again, we know each other so well, so we know when to do stuff together, and then we know when to get out of each other's hair. Like, it's big, they want to spend time alone, and I think it makes it such it's a big deal, makes it better because, you see a lot of, I've had friends who work with bands and stuff, and you always hear about bands breaking up that are very successful because they can't stand being with each other or touring with each other. And if they do go back together and tour together, they tour on different buses and stuff. But the good thing is we don't worry about that because we're so close and we know each other so well that, again, we just stay at each other's hair. And I always have fun with Kevin. I mean, I love him to death, and I've learned so much. We've learned so much more about each other in the past 2 years with Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, because all we do is tell stories about, hey, I like this, I don't like this, this is what happened this week and last week. And, because even when you're close friends with someone, you don't necessarily go to their house and be like, hey, guess what happened to me yesterday, the day before, and today?
Yeah, right.
But when we're up on stage, it's like, hey, guess what happened, everybody, this week? Man, I was walking home and I got hit by a car, but I happened to, whatever might have happened. So we've really learned a lot about each other, and we've gotten even closer in the past year and a half, 2 years.
That's good to know. And I know that last time you and I talked, we talked some about what it meant to you and in the early part of your career to get clean and to eventually stay clean, because I know you've had some well-publicized struggles with all kinds of different substances. So how are you going in that end of things? I mean, does the work help just keeping you clean, or do you even think about it anymore?
No, I definitely think about it all the time. I mean, it's part of our show, and it's part of, what we do is talk about that and about staying clean. And not to mention that this time, I've been trying to go into meetings and really talk about everything and not forget about it, because that's what happened the last time. I had almost 5 years, and I just sort of got comfortable and thought everything was fine. That, next thing you know, I get pain medicine for a surgery, and boom, I forget that I'm an addict, and I wind up taking them and not taking them as prescribed. And next thing you know, 14 months rolls by and I'm taking 70 of them a day. So, I got to be aware at all times this time and talk about it and just make sure I'm accountable and talk about it constantly. So.
Good man. Jason Mewes is with us, and again, Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith are out on the road promoting the brand new movie, Jay and Silent Bob's Super Groovy Cartoon Movie. And make sure that you go and check out when it's going to be near you, because you're going to want to see not only the movie, but these guys as well. And Jason, what else is coming up? I know there's been rumors about a possible Clerks 3. There's all kinds of exciting things going on. So what are you working on?
Right now we're mainly focusing on the cartoon tour, but there is, right now I just met with a couple guys that I'm doing a web series with, and I'm really excited about it. It's a way different character for me, and I'm part of the whole creative process. And then Kevin and I, after this, we're waiting to find out about Clerks 3 and what Kevin has to do about the Robinson, and see if Jeff Anderson and Brian O'Halloran, if everything goes as planned, do they want to be part of the movie, and is it going to be a movie? We're working on Hit Somebody, which is going to be a mini series, and that's in Canada. We've been talking with some companies out there. I've been hosting Access TV, Access Live, which I haven't done in the past 3 weeks, but that's because I had to go work on some other stuff, but I've just been doing a bunch of stuff, and we've been working on our YouTube channel, trying to get as much more and more content up there to keep our, keep the YouTube channel fresh and nice. So right now it's just a bunch of little things going here and there, and meetings and auditions, and focusing on the tour.
Well, keep up the good work, my friend, and we'll see you on the 18th of May at the Pageant Theater in St. Louis. And in the meantime, no matter where you are, go check it out at seesmod.com. It's seesmod.com/groovymovie, and you can find out when Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith and the movie itself are going to be near you. So do that thing. And Jason Mewes, again, thank you for being with us on the program. Say hi to everybody for us, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Soon. Have a good one.
You got it, my friend. Take care. There's more on the way. John Grayson here with you as Overnight America continues.